What's up, guys? I'm Louie here with another God of War theory video. This time it's about Faye. After playing through Ragnarok, watching various actor interviews, theory videos from other big God of War YouTubers, and doing some digging of my own, I believe I have a slightly different take from what I've seen so far, and that is that Faye is alive. I know, it sounds crazy, and I don't mean alive in body. But I want to examine a few things that got me curious and eventually coming to this conclusion. The first thing is a clip from GaminMadness. In this clip, he talks with Adam Harrington, the voice actor for Sindri, about a possible future Faye and Sindri interaction.
It's true.
Yeah,
One more thing that I
sure.
saw in like the first game, we mentioned like how and we saw her here, like Faye was present in this game, and how Sindri was mentioned, like, okay, he knew her. He
Hmm.
obviously met her, and he was so shocked to know that she died in that time.
Yes.
And we saw Faye, and Kratos would see
Hmm.
like in dreams and stuff. Uh,
Hmm.
what do you think if for some reason somehow Faye was alive and would come back and Sindri would see her? What would you think his
Mm.
reaction would be? Would he just freak out like, no way?
No comment.
No. Crap. Which means that
That's
Faye is probably returning.
that's
That clip got me thinking about this scene near the end of Ragnarok when Kratos enters a dream sequence from the past. In this sequence, Faye and Kratos are painting the trees to form the protection stave around the house while discussing death, Faye's death. Many things are said here, but I want to focus on this bit in particular.
You once tried to take charge of your ending, did you know?
That was different.
Circumstance, yes. But not on purpose.
Later in this exchange, she makes Kratos shake on a promise. You can feel the seriousness in her voice with how important this
When
is.
the pyre is spent, and you have gathered my ashes, spread them from the highest peak in all the realms. You will do this for me.
I want to take you to a Jon Ford video now about the mural at the end of God of War 2018. In this video, Jon Ford breaks down the mural at the end of 2018 based on a Reddit post from the community. I want to focus on a few key points here. There are words that encompass different parts of the mural that translate to, "In hands we are one as in Heria." Now, when I googled this, not much came up outside of the actual Reddit post that John's video was based on. Later in the video, we see some more runes over Faye's funeral pyre which translate to, "In death she unites, the guardian at last, back to Jotunheim in the hands of Inheria." This made me want to examine the pyre scene of 2018 to see if I could see anything considering the importance Faye puts on it in the Ragnarok scene that we've already covered. Now here I want to dabble into some soul magic stuff, so stick with me. The pyre scene felt familiar to the Fenrir scene in Ragnarok, but I just couldn't put my finger on why or how, until I watched the two scenes back to back, that is. In the Fenrir scene, we can see Atreus cast a spell that makes the four parts of Fenrir's soul fly out, and with one of them flying into Atreus' knife. In the pyre scene, I noticed a few things that I didn't notice before. First is the rocks that the marked tree pyre is built upon. They are also marked. I don't think this really plays any huge significance, it's just a cool detail I noticed just now, even though I beat this game at least 5 times. As Kratos starts the fire, we see some yellow magical looking stuff starting to come off of Faye's body. At first I thought this was just a fire effect, but it happens after the initial spark and in a concentrated way for a few seconds before disappearing. You can also see after Kratos helps Atreus with his hand after it's burnt, the cameras pan back to the pyre and the effect is stopped. Wait a second, this looks familiar. Here we are at the end of 2018 in Jotunheim, about to spread the ashes. A thing that Faye signified was of immense importance in the flashback. I want you to pay attention to two things here. First is the actual ashes as they fall through Atreus and Kratos' fingers. And second is the separate yellow magical essence that flies out further than the ashes themselves. Now, we learned in 2018 that part of Faye's soul resides in the light of Alfheim, as confirmed by Cory Barlog in various interviews. Now I believe we picked that part of her soul back up when we locked into the light for our Bifrost in 2018. This will be important later. We also learn from rune translations that Faye is in the hands of Einherja, or united back to Jotunheim because of the pyre. With the word Einherja, all I could find was Einherjar, and that Einherja could mean Einherjar, so I think maybe Faye died in battle. Perhaps what we learn about in the crater area of Vanaheim. I won't say more just in case some people haven't finished that easily missable side area, but we never get a reason for her death in the series. Now we are at the end of Ragnarok when Angrboda shows us Faye's mural. In this scene, we learn some more important details.
My shrine in Jotunheim. She destroyed it. She didn't want us to know our fate.
We forged our own path because of her.
She went against her own people. Our people. To protect you.
So Faye went against her people to change the fate of Kratos and Atreus. But how? Wait a second, you can actually see the yellow magic soul stuff in the pyre part of the mural as well, right there. After this little scene, we see the backside of this mural, which is Kratos' mural of his life. In this mural, we see multiple panels of Kratos' life. In the second one, near the top, you see the ash spreading scene of 2018. In that picture, coming from the hands of Kratos and Atreus, is a yellow intertwined beam-looking thing, looking very similar to what we see in the final panel of the 2018 mural, which we now know is the soul being in motion. In the third panel, it's been repainted, so instead of a death by Thor as portrayed in the 2018 panel, it's painted with yellow paint to show Kratos as a worshipped god of the people. A lot of people believe Angrboda did this retouching of the mural, but I truly believe it was Faye, considering yellow is Faye's color throughout the series. Also, you can actually see the same essence of yellow soul magic speckled in the same fashion as Faye's ashes when they were first lit and spread, and in her mural on the other side for her pyre panel. Now to bring it all together. I believe we first released Faye's soul from her corporeal form when we lit the funeral pyre, which put part of her soul in the ash pouch and part of it into the light of Alfheim. When we went to Alfheim and stepped into the light, we got back the part of her soul that was in there. Then when we make it to Jotunheim, we finally released her completed soul back home, releasing her into the hands of Einherja, which in my opinion is in Valhalla. But I believe that Faye's soul has at this point touched so many types of afterlives that she would exist on the higher plane. Kratos doesn't actually begin to see the first vision of Faye until the ashes have been spread and her soul is complete. I believe the entirety of 2018 was completing Faye's soul and releasing it for her to guide Kratos and Atreus to the future she wanted that defied her people and their way of prophecy for the safety of Kratos and Atreus. So what does this mean for the future? I believe that whatever game Sony Santa Monica develops in this series next will include Faye as a major plot or driving factor for the protagonist, whether that be Atreus solo or Kratos. What are your guys' thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and follow me over on Twitch if you want to catch me live sometime. I plan on doing speedruns this spring for Ragnarok once Cutscene Skip is live with the new Game Plus update. Hope to see you guys over there, and have a great day.